We're at Universal Studios Hollywood today, everybody. Friday, July 22nd, 2016. And yeah, here's the globe of Universal Studios. Looks really good. We're at Universal Studios Hollywood, everybody. And we're gonna get past those ticket lines. Yep, I'll be right back. We're getting past the Universal Studios ticket lines and the gate.
Sean, which one do you want? Troy, which one do you have?
I'll take this one.
Troy, what do you have?
That's my ticket, everybody, for Universal Studios Hollywood today. Yep. Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day.
All right, you too.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I have one for us. You put that nicely in your backpack.
Okay. Hey, Mom, look at that, the statue over there. Really cool.
Guys, give me your tickets.
We're going to guest relations to get another disability pass for me. We're going to go inside right now. Mom, look at this. This looks really cool. They have an Oscar award. Yeah. Mom, say hi.
Hi.
You having a good day so far at Universal?
So far, but we haven't gotten started yet, really.
I know, I'm just saying, asking. Wow, look at this place. Alright guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, of course. How many in your party?
Yep, just 4.
But you're all set. So this is for all 4 of you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And the name? First name, first letter, or last name?
Sean is the first name. S-E-A-N, Sean.
Yeah, S-E-A-N.
Murray, M-U-R-R.
So the way this works, you go to the front of every ride, you're going to present this to the employee. They're going to tell you what time to come back, okay? So technically you're reserving your spot in line. This is going to be a rider's guide, which give you a little more information in depth about your ride in case you want to go over it before you go on, see what's for you and what's not, okay?
Give us like sensory information.
Yeah, the information in depth, like, and also the attendant right in front, more than happy to answer any questions you have, okay?
Awesome.
Thank you, Louis.
I look so bad in that picture.
Oh, man.
I thought he was going to throw it away. Screw this.
I look so bad in that picture, but whatever. Never forget.
We got 2 minutes here in stores, 2 minutes.
There's some kiddies on it. Watch out.
Hey guys, this is our last photo right here. Everybody. All right, thank you, everybody.
Alright, let's get a shot.
There's the Indiana Jones truck from the Indiana Jones movies at Universal Studios Hollywood in California. Yep. Here's your favorite character, Grandma Betty Boop, here at Universal Studios Hollywood. And yeah, Betty's just hanging out at the Cartoon Universal store. Yeah, it looks really good. We're going into Shrek 4D at Universal Studios Hollywood. Oh, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
Please show this to the person in the front.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I think Donkey's gonna come right after the show.
Yeah, maybe. We'll find out. Huh?
The sign said it has strobe lights. Do you understand what that means?
What's that?
There's lights that do that really, really fast.
Oh yeah, I think I realized that a couple. Yeah, I like it.
Don't be scared.
We're at Farquaad's Castle where Shrek 4D is at. And that's the Wizarding World of Harry Potter's Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey attraction. Hello. Thank you, ma'am. You too. Mom, I've been told that this castle is part of Lord Farquaad's castle from the first Shrek movie. Yeah. Yeah, this is this is supposed to be the castle of Lord Farquaad. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. That looks cool. Ogre wanted. That's cool. Alright, I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, they were shutting the door.
Well, it must be time, everybody. Time for Shrek 4D.
Hey, who's out there?
It looks like a smart crowd.
Yeah, really smart.
Yes, that's smart. What are they doing here? Yeah!
Help! Help!
Help us! Help us! Help us!
Get me out of here! They're not much help, are they? Yeah! Hey, what are you people doing here? Get out before it's too late!
Look at them!
What are they waiting for?
This is torture. I'm out of here.
And what about us?
You know, I really feel crummy about this, guys. But
Every man for himself! And what about all the women? And the children? And the cute little wooden puppets?
And the cute piggies!
Yeah.
All three of them!
okay, but there's not much time. And I'm only going to say this once. So listen up, all of you. He's back!
Tell us something we don't know, Cookie Boy!
Hey, these people probably don't have a clue what's going on. Do you?
Didn't they see the movie?
It's what happened after the end credits that got us all in this pickle.
Yeah!
Wait a minute. I have an idea. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Wake up!
Who dares disturb my slumber? Hey!
Listen, we must help these people.
Oh, we have guests. Hi there, folks. Welcome to Lord Farquaad's castle. Run for your lives!
Farquaad.
What's going on in there? Lord Farquaad, we're looking rather pale.
Of course I am. I'm a ghost, you fool! Now for the last time, tell me where she is!
My batteries are low, my lord. I can't see further than the past at the present.
What about your little wooden friend? Is he ready to talk?
Yeah,
Tell me where that repulsive green monstrosity has taken my Fiona. Where are they?
I don't know.
Felonious? Kiss me, the puppet's firewood.
Leave him alone. Yeah, leave him alone.
Ah, my little porkers. Are you going to spill the beans? Or is it luau time?
We don't know anything. We know nothing. Yeah.
Felonious, dig a pit, light a fire, and wrap them in banana leaves. And fetch my moon. What are you people looking at? Have any of you seen Shrek and Fiona? Have you? Come now, someone here must know where they are. Anyone?
You'll never know.
Fine. I'll make you talk. Thelonious, prepare the auditorium.
Yes, Melon.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell them what will happen to the wall. I must go prepare. I'll be in to torture you later. All of you!
It's just beginning. It's the beginning of the end. Yeah.
As the auditorium opens, please enter in an orderly fashion and take a seat as far over as possible. Do not wear your glasses until you are seated, unless you like falling over. Please do not eat, drink, smoke, or peek. All cell phone users will be flogged. Flash photographers will be burned at the stake. You have been warned. Enjoy the show. Then you're good.
Hi everybody, it's Sean Murray, and we're at Universal Studios Hollywood right now. We just went to the Shrek 4D attraction, and it felt like we were in Farquaad's castle from the first movie. And it was really a good show. I wasn't allowed to film it, but I want to tell you guys what it was like. Fiona got captured when Shrek and Donkey were like trying to find out where their location for their honeymoon is, and Farquaad's ghost was like part of that situation. He wanted to capture her so she could be her ghostly queen while he becomes king of the underworld. And Shrek and Donkey and Dragon have to find out what's going on with it and to defeat Farquaad and save Fiona. Yeah, and once again, I wasn't allowed to videotape it, but I got a little wet somehow because of Dragon splashing out of the water, out of the waterfall when she was behind it. And then when Donkey got scared by the spiders, they came crawling under our feet. And when they were doing their actions, like on Dragon and then the carriage, with two of the three blind mice wearing sunglasses and all that other stuff, we were in motion seats, and the motion seats were really realistic in that show. Yeah, but it was really good. Sorry I couldn't videotape it, but I hope you understand this. Okay, I'll be back for another video at Universal Studios Hollywood. Okay, see you guys in a little bit. Bye.
You want to come in the middle more?
Yeah, that's what I get this for.
Alright guys, can you move up for me please? All the way in.
Eyes closed, guys.
No more photos, you gotta
You got it.
Oh, by the way, wait till I can hear that's a video over there.
Hey, we're making a movie.
Take this video. What's up, man? Let's get it.
He wants you guys in the photo too.
Oh, you want to see us in? Don't mind us?
Yes.
Cameras out and ready, please. Cameras out and ready. Let's close, guys. Let's close. Alright, photo. Let's take a photo, you guys. Check one down.
selfie with them real quick. We're gonna have to take over the camera now. Hey, later.
Alright, bye guys.
We're at the Waterworld, the live super spectacular show at Universal Studios Hollywood. It's gonna start any minute. You like the show so far?
You got a kid? Pick up this guy. Come on. Stand up, Superman.
The future. The polar ice caps have melted, and the continents are deep beneath the waves. The survivors live on these floating fortresses known as atolls in this place called Waterworld. Brave explorers voyage in search of a legend of Dryland, the last remaining planet of the Deacon. Warriors called smugglers is determined to find dry land first. He's ensured that no explorer has ever returned until now.
Woo! It's a woman! Looks like it's Helen! Return signal! Woo! Open the gate!
Close the gates. Mac, keep a lookout. Hey, Sage! Come help me.
It's good to see you alive. Where have you been?
Feast your eyes on this.
This is pure dirt. How did you come to this?
I've been to dry land.
Dryland? Dryland is a myth.
It's not a myth. I've been there. It's our salvation. We can all start new lives on dry land. But we have to hurry. The Deacon is smoking past you.
Smokers in the distance! Battle stations! Max, how many ones? Helen, go to your tower. Hurry! Got a seaplane! And where is it? Coming from the south! Woo!
Right in the face!
I think that guy with the plastic eye got bad guy. Hopefully things are going back like that. Anything they want.
Hi, I'm Tiger Woods. That would have gone a whole lot further. Shooting this kid distracted me. No, it's okay. We might actually need these people. Magnets.
Ooh.
Walk it up. Brothers and sisters!
Boo! Boo!
Hey, Deacon, these are not your brothers and sisters. And you know why? Because these people are my people! Shut them up.
Behind you! Oh no. Oh!
Shut up. Where was I? The desolate children. The poor lost souls on this big floating pile of sheet metal. The provider has spoken. He tells me personally that somebody around here knows the way to dry land. Dry land. We're going to take it and drive it, tax it and tide it, switch your above and use it, drill it, and build an 18-hole golf course for my beloved son.
You'll never find Bradley Deacon. I won't let you. Neither will the Marin.
Marin. Hey, Chuck. Shut the gate. The Marin. You talking about your half-man, half-fish boyfriend, the guy that poked out my eye? Oh, my boyfriend is so
Ooh!
Bring me the girl. Right now, right down here, please. Right there. Hello, Helen. May I offer you a smoke? Wait a minute, I'm not finished talking to you. Don't walk away from me, I'm not your mother. You like games? You like games, Helen? No! Well, buckle up, you're in the middle of one right now. Keep an eye on it. Guys, what do you got up there?
We got an 8-holer!
You see this?
And he's got dirt!
What? That guy's got a bag of dirt, Helen! I need to know the way to dry land! So, we're going to play a little game here. It's called The First One That Talks Lives.
Long years of no any faith.
Well, that makes you the winner.
Helen, don't tell him anything!
He's still talking. Drop him! We're better off without it. Tell me what's right, or you will be next.
And you're approaching a high speed!
You excuse me for a second, I have to talk to Chuck. You're a guy, use it!
He's gone!
Chuck!
He's gone under the water!
That'll be no mirror. He's under the water, shoot him! I need some gunfire!
Whoa!
Why is nobody shooting? What is wrong with this picture? Can I say anybody to leave?
You're wet, that's what's wrong with the picture.
couldn't escape. Give me the gun. Get that girl from the way up.
Yeah, got soaking wet.
You're gonna stop playing with her, right? Okay, who trained these guys? You did, Bob.
Oh.
Of course, find out what's wrong with that. The girl is getting away. Well, you're not going to destroy my plans for dry land, you kill-neck, mutated freak. You're a freak. You guys are freak. Give me a weapon, will ya? A weapon, a weapon, a weapon. I need a weapon. Something, anything, will ya? Grab it up! Go! Sounded very painful from where I was standing. Good throw under pressure.
Oh, no. You don't have your cell phone in your pocket, right? Hopefully it won't die. Just hope it doesn't die. Oh.
Stop kicking people. I want you dead, Chuck.
Mom, look, they got the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle in the scenery. It's really cool.
Sorry about that, Spencer. That was my bad. I need something bigger. Well, ask, and you shall receive. Hey, fish boy! Look what I found. Big Bertha. I sliced it right into the water hazard. Hey, Chad, you gotta do me a favor up there and stand in one spot. I'm getting closer. I needed a chest. Followed by a stone right across. Okay. So you're going to use Chuck as a shield? Good luck with that.
Woo! No!
Yes! Winner!
Boo!
Thank you. Taking a tear rolls down my cheek. Hi. You lose something? Somebody signal my plane! Like that, I think all of my men are dead. Yeah. Hey, your boyfriend's dead too. You may have missed that with all the crying. Get up that ladder faster. There you go. Hey, I got a brand new vision. Just popped into my head. Helen, you're gonna love this. Pilgrimage for two to dry land. Two. That would be me and you. husband, wife. Oh yeah, by the way, I want kids. Kids. Why don't you come on over here? Give me a big wet one. Okay. What? Oh! Woo! Kiss me. Oh! I got this.
Oh no.
Helen, you go past. I'll get my plane. Narrator! Is that your real voice? Hey! Over here. No you won't. Ha! You're not going anywhere, son. You have a big hole in your boat. Why don't you die? Yeah, you take a shot in the face. Hero? No.
Woohoo! The plane crashed on the water. Oh gosh! Woo!
Killed my plane. You think you won? Well, I got your woman, and I killed your friend. So who's gonna stop me now? You?
No!
I don't think so. You don't have a leg to stand on. Yes! I teach our water world celebrate the birth of a new nation. Dry land is my destiny.
Hey, Deacon.
Hey, what?
Woo!
No. Come on!
Is that fire?
And you! I'm taking you with me!
Woo! I'll be right back. There are people in the apartments at Universal Studios Hollywood. Yep. They're there. Really cool. That's the Universal Plaza Tower at Universal Studios Hollywood. Yep. We're going into the Walking Dead attraction at Universal Studios Hollywood. Alright, let's go. We're in the Walking Dead attraction. Troy, can you hold on my arm?
Okay.
I don't want to get spooked by those zombies. Okay, here I come. We're in the Walking Dead attraction, everybody. I'm going to try to conquer my fear on this thing. I remember seeing that Don't Open Dead. Troy, can you hold on to my arm? I can barely see anything.
fine. There's nothing to be scared
I know.
about.
I just need to hold on to you all the way through so I can get through the darkness. You know I can't see in the dark very well. Can I hold on to your arm the whole time?
Because I'm already holding one.
Huh?
No, Sean's recording and he's hanging on to my arm. Just hang on to it.
Sir, Troy, let me take it. Let me take it. Here, just put it in this pocket right here. Right here, right here. No. Oh, right here, Troy. Does the straw bend down? Troy, I need to hold on to your arm. I really need your help. I need your help guiding me through this. I can't do this alone. It's gonna be dark in here, guys, so I'm gonna try.
Sean, no cell phones.
Huh?
It's, I don't know if they're live recording or not.
Let's find out.
Oh, it is freezing. I would love to work here.
That's pretty sick. I love this.
Makes me can't wait till Halloween.
You know, guys, this is gonna be my first time in the Walking Dead attraction, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a little freaked out about this, so I'll be right back. We're at the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem ride. It's gonna be good in here. Yep. I'll be right back.
Got it. He can't even start. Thank you. Are you recording?
Yeah. It's true. It's weird how much he actually looks like him. Excuse me.
Put us right next to each other. All right, let's do that. Man, they're like doing pretty good. Have you seen them? Not recently, but I'm hoping like they're gonna be here pretty soon. That's right. We just have to Oh, that's right. Yeah, that sounds good.
We're good.
Oh, there's a video.
Hi, everybody. I'm here to Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Alright. Alright, thanks, Shaggy. Alright, let's go. We're entering the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Hollywood. There's Hogwarts Castle over there, where Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is at. There's the train from one of the Harry Potter movies. Haven't seen the recent Harry Potter movies, but it looks really good. Troy, come here. Troy, doesn't this look like the Harry Potter worlds in the movies? Yeah. Hey, look, butterbeer. Excuse me. Wow, that's really cool. That's really good too. Harry Potter and the gang must have done a really good job making this in Universal Studios. Yep. They have a lot of good shops, restaurants, and everything here. And they also have the two attractions here. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff attraction. Yep, we're gonna try those out in just a few minutes. Alright, I'll be back everybody. Bye. We're going on Flight of the Hippogriff at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios. Alright, I'll be right back. Hi everybody, it's Sean Murray. I just want to say, I just want to tell you something that I forgot to tell you. Before we went to the Water World, a live SeaWorld Spectacular show here at Universal Studios Hollywood, we had churros and Diet Coke while we were watching the show, and yeah, it was really delicious, and our churros tasted like cinnamon, and Diet Coke tastes really good. It was in a souvenir cup. And right now we're about to go on Flight of the Hippogriff at Harry Potter Wizarding World, and we're gonna go on that Flight of the Hippogriff. Okay, I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the Grandma and Grandpa named Mary. Goodbye. Sorry everybody, I tried to videotape the Flight of the Hippogriff, but they said no cameras allowed on that ride, and well, I tried, but I hope you understand that, everybody, and I'll be back for another video at Universal Studios. Okay, see you later. Bye. Hi everybody, it's Sean Murray. I just want to let you know they wouldn't allow videotaping in this show, but we went to the Ollivander's wand shop at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Hollywood, and I wasn't allowed to videotape it, but they did have a cool looking gift shop and a good looking show at that place, and yeah, it was really good. Alright, well, I'll be right back. Okay, love you. I love you, Grandma and Grandpa and Aunt Mary. Okay, bye.
Sorry, are you okay?
We're on our way to the studio tour starring Jimmy Fallon. There he is, the studio tour and Jimmy Fallon. Alright, I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, bye.
I can remember the early city shows in Vegas. There's like
you're open, you can go in and sit down in the air conditioning, watch movement through out. If you're just joining us, welcome to
over here is
okay, you don't mind if I put my
over here.
Alright, now wait over there, that's a video camera. I'm here with Marilyn Monroe. Alright, Marilyn Monroe, well, good luck on being a star in Hollywood, and
I really appreciate that.
thank you, and have a nice day at Universal Studios.
I will, next time I'm ready.
Oh yes, you do that. I'll see you later.
You're probably never going to see these people again in your entire life. All right, now, I've introduced myself and our driver, but I have a very special co-host today. You might remember him from Saturday Night Live or The Tonight Show, starring himself.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Kelly.
And the greatest driver.
Ronald.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Kelly
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right. Just a few safety rules to go over, Jimmy. First of all, if you need any guest assistance, if you have a medical emergency, if you drop anything of value off the side of the tram, or you're having any problems with the sound of the video, reach up, grab that red cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe for me to do so. Otherwise, whenever the tram is moving, please stay seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Please no smoking on board of any kind today, but be prepared, because today's tour will feature sudden tram movements, loud noises, fire effects, and many water effects. So have those cameras ready, but keep your eyes on them so they don't get too wet. And finally, for your safety and the safety of everybody around you, please do not use any selfie sticks on today's tour. You were born with two beautiful selfie sticks. your arms. Now keep them inside. All right, we have officially left the theme park behind, and we're now heading down our movie timeline. So on either side of the tram, you're going to see some posters from just a fraction of the thousands of films that we've made here at Universal over the last 100 years. That's right, we're entering our second century of movie making. We opened on March 15th, 1915, thanks to a man named Carl Laemmle. And when you're taking your pictures today, keep in mind that movies are just a series of still pictures, about 24 frames per second. So if you take enough of them, you have your very own film when you get home. I love the old black and white ones. In fact, take a look at the scene from my favorite, Animal House.
Room ready for you, Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Walker.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Bella.
Yes?
Have a bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Played a little trick on you guys. Jimmy Fallon just filmed that inside of stage 20, one of our 28 sound stages we have here on the front lot. It gives you a great idea of what these look like on the inside, but what do they look like on the outside? Take a look on your left. You'll see stage 12. It's currently home to NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice. Alicia Keys and Miley Cyrus are joining the coaching panel this year, and that's coming back in September. But don't worry, we've got a lot of familiar faces returning as well.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
Back to the future.
So all that was filmed right there in stage 12. You're about to see what it looks like completely empty. Boom. But these sound stages coming up are anything but empty. Take a look on your left-hand side. Some of these doors are open, so you might get a sneak peek. In 24 and 25, they have been setting up for the next season of Colony. So take a look. That stars Josh Holloway, who you might remember from the show Lost, and that's returning to USA in 2017. For years, though, 24 and 25 are home to CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, starring Ted Danson and Elizabeth Shue. Now here in 23 and 22, they have been filming Superstore. That stars America Ferrera, whom you might remember from Ugly Betty, as well as Ben Feldman and Mark McKinney. Now, as we're coming up to the stop sign here, I need you all to do me a big favor, okay? I need you to look off to your left-hand side. You're going to notice a bunch of these big white trailers. You may have already seen them already. But just take note of those trailers. And then also that parking structure. Just take a little mental snapshot of that and tuck it away for later. Anyways, TV shows. There's a lot of ways to watch them. Maybe you're streaming things on Hulu nowadays, like The Mindy Project, which films right here in 27.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mindy, and welcome to the world-famous Universal Studios tram tour. I wish I could join you, but I'm really busy shooting my show, The Mindy Project.
Also, you were banned from the trams because you jumped off when you tried to hug Steven Spielberg.
For your information, he loved it, okay? And Mr. Spielberg, if you're out there, I'm waiting for our close encounter.
Leave the guy alone, he's super busy.
I think we had a connection.
Big fan too, Mr. Spielberg.
Edit this out, please.
Now, Mindy Kaling is no stranger to NBC. For years, she was not only a castmate on the show The Office, but also an Emmy-nominated writer and producer. Now, we are here in Universal Studios Hollywood. It's a hot day, but it's a good day. We are part of NBC Universal. NBC Universal brings you some of your favorite shows on some of your absolute favorite networks. Some of those networks include NBC, E!, Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, Telemundo, NBC Universal, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, the Esquire Network, and NBC Sports, just to name a few. Right now, we're headed down Sitcom Alley. A lot of your favorite things have filmed here, like Parenthood, Coach, The Jeffersons, and we're moving right on up still with two new comedies coming out this fall. In stage 41, they're gearing up for Marlon, starring Marlon Wayans. And on your right-hand side, on the corner in stage 44, they have been getting ready and filming The Good Place. That stars our pal Ted Danson and Kristen Bell, whom you might remember from Veronica Mars and Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Now I mentioned those big red trailers because they're literally everywhere here on the front lot. There's a bunch more right behind stage 44. Those doors are open as well. Crank your necks, you might get a little glimpse inside. These trailers are the dressing rooms to the stars. So if they're filming on a lot today and you need a place to prep, that's where they do it. If you ever heard an actor say, I'm going to my trailer, those are the trailers. But back in the 50s and the 60s, they didn't have those trailers. They've got the bungalows on your left-hand side. These house some of the greatest contract players Universal has ever had. Contract meaning they worked exclusively here. People like Tony Curtis, Doris Day, Lucille Ball even. And on the corner here in 5170 and 5180, this dual bungalow was the home away from home for Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward, a very powerful couple back in the day. But right now, these are used as production offices. So for instance, the folks at Illumination Entertainment are here. They're the ones that brought you hits like The Lorax, Despicable Me, The Minions, and as of about a week or so ago, the #1 film in the box office, The Secret Life of Pets. So be sure to check that out as well. My personal favorite bungalow, though, is coming up on your left right now. It's 5195. You're going to recognize it right away because it's got that big Hannibal poster across the top of it. That is because it is currently home to the De Laurentiis Company. They are the ones that bring you the legend of Dr. Hannibal Lecter to both the small and big screen. Now before that, though, it belonged to one of my favorite directors of all time, the master of suspense himself, Mr. Alfred Hitchcock.
We all go a little mad sometimes. I can see the
Now Hitchcock started making those cameos when he was just starting off as a director. He had a very limited budget at the time. He didn't have enough money to hire the extras to go in the scenes for them, so he hopped in and did it himself. Became a little bit of a calling card. He always tried to keep himself towards the beginning of the film, though, as opposed to later on, because he wanted the audience to be paying attention to the story, not looking for him. Another reason why I love that bungalow so much is actually offered to another famous director we all know and love, but he turned it down.
You said you could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a shrine, a museum.
Very excited just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office.
Hitchcock has influenced every director. I saw Hitchcock once walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lot. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I loved working with him. I highly respect him. He really understood fear and terror.
Birds? That was a really scary movie.
It was a scary movie, Meryl. It scared the pants off of me. Now we are headed into the back lot, you guys. This is where we film the big stuff. I'm talking about exterior scenes on a very large scale. A lot of what you're going to be seeing right here, this is what we call our metro sets, short for metropolitan because they can be really any major metropolitan city. A lot of what you're going to be seeing here are what we call facades. Facade is a French word that means false front. It's just the fronts and sides of buildings. So as you're looking around, you see these, it's like, oh, these look real. They're not. Likely if you go through one of these doors, if it's even a real door, there's going to be nothing back there. It's going to be just a little plywood room, or maybe you're going right out into another street right next to you. But speaking of streets, we are just going to hit the road right here real quick.
Roads? Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
Good point, Doc. We don't need roads. Welcome to Hill Valley, everybody. This, of course, is from the great series Back to the Future. Now, on your right-hand side, you are seeing the clock tower right there. It looks a little bit different than it did in the film itself because that clock tower became so recognizable after Back to the Future was released. So a lot of other productions, they put a facade right in front of it, which is there right now. You want to put a facade in front of it because other productions, they come in and they're trying to sell us on the fact that we are somewhere else, not in Hill Valley. So if we're watching a TV show and we're saying, hey, isn't that the clock tower from Back to the Future? It kind of defeats the purpose of watching that show. So that's why they have these facades that you can either put up in front of other ones or you can change them completely. Now you might also remember that in Back to the Future Part 2, there's no lawn here. It's actually a little lake or a pond. Now that was done digitally, added in with CGI. This was also a very famous area because that courthouse is the courthouse from To Kill a Mockingbird, starring Gregory Peck and Robert Duvall. This is also where they had the very first episode of The Twilight Zone. They filmed their pilot episode right here. But most recently, you might recognize it from The Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. This is Grandview. So if you're taking a look around, you see all of these facades here, and if you remember watching something like one of those shows and it's filmed right here, but it takes place in the winter or another season, you see we've got these trees here. It's somebody's job to pluck all of those leaves off of the trees, and then if they need it to be back to summer or spring, they reattach the leaves. So it's tedious, but it's worth it because you'll never realize when you're watching it on screen that it's a Christmas episode, but actually it took place in July. Who knew? Now, as exciting as Hill Valley is, we're about to go down one of the most filmed locations here on the back lot. This is Brownstone Street. Now, you might recognize this from a few things. If you are one of the adults on board that have seen Gone Girl, this is where Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike shared a sugar kiss. This is Kevin McAllister's uncle's place from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and also from this very funny Jim Carrey movie.
Grace, the dog!
I'm in the shower!
Like that. Outside good. Like that. Outside good.
Oh, you're done now. Great.
B-E-A-U. It is beautiful, Jim. But we're going to keep hopping cities here. We went from Hill Valley to Brownstone Street, and now we are in the Big Apple, you guys. That's right. Welcome to New York. Now, I'm from Michigan. I've never actually lived in New York City, but I visited there a couple of times. I feel more comfortable turning this over to my co-host because he knows a lot about the city.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
That's right, Jimmy, and a lot of things have made it here. Most recently, the movie Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping, starring Andy Samberg and the Lonely Island Gang. They filmed right here. As well as an episode of American Ninja Warrior. They built an obstacle course right here on the street we're driving on right now. That returned to NBC already this summer, so check that out if you haven't already. A lot of other things here as well. Now, we talked about some TV shows, we talked about some movies, but a lot of commercials. A lot of car commercials like to film here on the back lot because you have these city streets without the hassle of what goes on a real city street. But you have these sets that are facades, and you also have a lot of things like CGI. Now you can mix the two, as people often do, but somebody who knows a lot about CGI is Academy Award-winning director, Mr. Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up on the edge. And Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to Lost Island, you're encountering monsters, creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island.
I'll be right back. I got a map from King Kong 360 3D. I'll be right back, everybody. Bye.
Immersive experience.
When the tour began, it's still there, and raise your hand if you're missing. Great. Okay. Now hang on to those 3D glasses. You don't have to keep wearing them right now, but have them handy for later on. What we just saw was the largest digital 3D experience in the entire world. That was designed by Peter Jackson himself, along with the folks over at Weta Digital. Weta Digital is a very talented company that specializes in things like CGI. So not only do they work on King Kong the Ride, as well as the movie, but a lot of other movies we've seen as well, like The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the Hobbit trilogy, even the Avatar movies. They're so good at what they do, they've won 5 Academy Awards for their hard work. The screens are over 40 feet tall, over 180 feet wide. I should probably take a moment to reflect on the fact that, yes, we did lose the 5th car of our tram. I'm confident that it'll turn up, though. I have a good feeling that we'll find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, no, that doesn't look good at all.
No, it doesn't.
That's all right. I'm sure Kong got everybody out safely. And talk about a great segue. Now we can talk about how that's a picture car. Now, you might be asking, asking yourself, Self, what's a picture car? Well, it is any vehicle that is seen on screen or film. And let me tell you something about these picture cars. Sometimes they become just as famous as the actors who drive them.
Did you feel how the tiny sort of land spit on that? That was cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
Everybody get your cameras ready, because on your left-hand side, we're going to pass our picture car gallery. Please stay seated as we do so. First up, we've got Kit from the 2008 series Knight Rider, followed by Magnum Ki-Ai's red Ferrari.
Wow.
My personal favorite car is Biff's from Back to the Future. It's not as fast as the first two, but don't poo-poo it. He hates that. Moving right along, we've got the very first eco-friendly cars from the Flintstones.
Oh, yeah,
now these don't have any engines in them. They were attached to trailers and then dragged along. And we can't talk picture cars here at Universal without mentioning the Fast and the Furious, a few cars from that. Whoa. Speaking of, they are in production right now for Furious 8, the next film in the franchise. Charlize Theron and Dame Helen Mirren have joined the cast, so keep your eyes open for that in April of 2017. Now, at the end of that tented area there, we have a couple of vehicles from Jurassic World, the Jeep and the Gyrosphere. The Gyrosphere looks a little different than it did in the movie because the glass is missing. Actually, the glass was never there. Glass is a very reflective surface, so most of the time, filmmakers will avoid using it whenever possible. Otherwise, they risk seeing the reflection of the camera, the crew, anything like that that's not pertinent to what they're shooting at the moment, so they'll just add the glass in digitally later on. Plus, it's got to be really uncomfortable for a couple of actors to be sitting in a little glass ball all day long. But you know what would be really cool? If you could just go to the place itself.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I love that movie.
Thanks, John. We spare no expense here at Universal Studios either. On either side of the tram, you're going to be seeing some props and set pieces from The Lost World, the second film in the These cages aren't supposed to be empty, but whatever, I'm sure it's fine. I want you all to direct your attention to your left-hand side at this long mobile lab unit that we've got here. It says engine in on the front, and then it's got all this camouflage painting all over it. Now, I bring this up for a couple of reasons. One, it's a really cool-looking set piece that's definitely recognizable from that film. Now, another reason I like to bring it up is because it actually ties into something else that we were talking about earlier. If you remember back over there on the front lot, I had asked you guys to take a little mental snapshot of that parking structure, right? So bring that back to the forefront of your mind. We're going to put two and two together. That parking structure is where they dangled that mobile lab unit for a scene in that movie. Our greens department dressed it to look like the side of a cliff, and after everything is said and done, you've got one terrifying scene.
Jurassic Park, The Lost World.
Ouch. Now, something that's cool about that scene, too, is that it's raining. A lot of filmmakers come here to Southern California to shoot stuff, but they must know we don't get a lot of rain here. Most days are like today, beautiful, bright, sunny, and way too hot. So how exactly do you go about filming something that needs rain? I'm no weather expert, I'm just a tour guide, but my good friend Al Roker from the Today Show, he is an expert. Al?
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry at 6 Points, Texas.
I don't know.
Expect snow
raining like heck
on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla du Blanc. That's the forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on.
All right, well, that's us in old Mexico. He's predicting a flash flood. Maybe he's right. I mean, it is raining after all. If you take a look up, you'll notice those overhead sprinklers. They're shooting water straight up into the air so that it then falls back down to earth naturally to look like real rain. Uh-oh.
Something's gonna happen.
Folks, I am so sorry. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the tour, but if you're sitting in the blue seat, you might get wet. Hey, Ronald, what color is your seat? Black? Mine too. All right, we're going to make our way through Old Mexico here. You might recognize some of these sets from movies like The Three Amigos, starring Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short, or maybe Nacho Libre with Jack Black, or Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. They used Old Mexico to become Tortuga and Port Royal. But enough about that. I sure hope you brought your passports with you today, because we're leaving Old Mexico behind and we are headed straight into the Old West. Welcome to 6 Points, Texas, y'all. Now these are some of the oldest sets we have here on the back lot. Take a look around at these facades. We're going to be talking about these in a moment, but before we do, I must warn you that a lot of crazy stuff happens on these streets when people mosey down them.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal lot.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town when the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon. Again.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
Just talk it out, nothing a little communication can't fix. So take a look around. Notice a lot of things on these Western sets. The brick, for instance, looks like real brick. Well, it is not brick at all. It is actually just foam rubber and fiberglass. The reason it's just foam rubber and fiberglass is because A, it's much safer to film with in terms of a lot of those Western films. You see cowboys always being thrown against brick walls and things of that nature. And it's much easier to build as well. A lot of things that are built here on the back lot, they're not necessarily built to last. Something that's just temporary for filming, although some of them do end up standing for decades and decades. Now it's a really hot day out, right? How many people wish they could just go swimming right now? I know I do. If I were to go swimming, I would want to do it right here in this underwater tank. So it's coming up as we round this corner on your left-hand side. It's this big beige bowl, if you will. It's got that staircase going up top with the railing around it. That's our underwater tank. I like to call it the Hank Tank. And the reason I like to call it the Hank Tank is because Tom Hanks filmed a lot of great movies inside of there. So for instance, if you've ever seen the movie Dragnet, you might recognize it. That is where they filmed the scene where Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks are battling that giant snake. You have those hatches on outside. That's where the crew, the director, the camera, they stay nice and dry and get all the shots that they need. Now in addition to that, the area around the underwater tank was made to look like the surface of the moon in Apollo 13.
1985, that's when I was born.
So now we've seen a lot of examples of facades. We saw them on the back lot in the Metro sets. We saw them right over here on the Western sets. And then we've got this underwater tank here as well. So you don't actually have to have a quote-unquote set to film somewhere, right? You can film exactly where we are right now. If you take a look at this little patch of grass right here, that's Central Park, everybody. I know, it's a little underwhelming, right? Just kidding. It's Central Park, or Griffith Park, or Gorky Park in Moscow, whatever park the filmmakers needed to be. So let me explain how that works. We got some benches over there already. You can add in some picnic tables, different benches, anything like that that you need in your park for the production. You have the actors film their scenes there. You make sure that they're dressed in the appropriate wardrobe, and you shoot the scene right here. And it's all about camera angles, so as long as it's angled properly and you're not seeing the Western sets in the background, or the underwater tank, or the Metro sets that are right behind us, as long as the camera doesn't see it, the audience is going to be none the wiser. A lot of times what they would do is they'll have an establishing shot before they'll show us the scene that was filmed on this patch of grass. Now an establishing shot is, for instance, if you ever watched a movie or a television show, say it takes place in New York City, you have a helicopter filming overhead Central Park, so you're looking down on it. That lets lets us know, hey, you guys, this next scene, it's going to take place in Central Park. We're in New York City. And then they'll immediately cut to a scene that was filmed here on this grass. So that overhead shot was the establishing shot, and then our minds, we put two and two together and say, all right, we got to believe now that that grass is Central Park. Now, it's not just that can go into it. There's so many things in terms of the production design that are crucial in terms of letting the audience know where we are, when we are. So we will go all around the Metro sets, for instance. They filmed a whole bunch of stuff there in these Western sets. They're very specific in terms of the time period. Now, it's the job of the production designer and the art designer to make sure that everything is going to be coherent throughout the film, that everything makes sense. And sometimes there's a lot of films that take place in a location that doesn't exist in the real world. Everything has to be created from scratch. So that is the art direction. And it's very interesting to see all the stuff that they can do. Now, Bedrock is not a place that exists, but we believe it because of the great work that the designers do in pre-production. Those pyramids are not real, but that Sphinx is. So you can mix practical sets as well as the CGI.
Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Ancient Rome, none of that is real at all. All of that is CGI, except for the actors that are sitting in front of a green screen. Now, not just the scene design, but the costume design as well. So take a look at this still from Shakespeare in Love. That was an Academy Award-winning film here, by the way. Now we see those very intricate costumes. Now that's all part of the pre-production as well. So you have a lot of different elements that go into creating a production. There's 3 stages. You have pre-production. That includes all the costume designs, the set designs, scouting the locations if you're going to go actually film somewhere instead of on a backlot or a sound stage. It even includes casting the actors, so holding auditions, having them perform in front of producers, and then finally signing the contracts and making sure everything's good to go. And then you have production, which is the second phase. That's the filming. So in a few minutes when we're passed over here, we're going to be seeing a little bit of the filming today for Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. So you're going to see some of what production looks like in just a few minutes. And then after that, you've got post-production. Post-production is where everything is kind of winding down. You're either, you know, tearing down the locations that you use on the sets, on the backlot or sound stages, or you're packing up and leaving the location you were filming on, and that's when they start doing all the editing. And when you have all of that coming together, that's when you have these incredible scenes where you get to see all of the elements going at once. We got something really interesting coming up here in just a few moments. First of all, if there's anything on the floor of the tram that you would prefer not getting wet, this is a great time to pick those things up and set them on your laps, because we're going to be passing through the Red Sea here. You're going to take a look off to your left-hand side. You're going to see something that's called a model scale miniature. It's one of the oldest tricks in the Hollywood book. Peter Jackson used this in King Kong in addition to CGI. Now I want to let you know this ahead of time, because as soon as we are out of the Red Sea here, we're starting to go into that quiet zone for Criminal Minds where I have to go off of the mic. So I want to set you guys up, let you know what you're about to see. If you line up your cameras the right way on your left, you're going to see something very similar to what Peter Jackson saw. So I'm going to take off from here. When I am clear to get back on the mic, I will be rejoining you. But take a look around, enjoy what you see. Who knows who you might see? I'll see you on the other side.
6点快到6点。
早上要起床了。
我也快到不行了。
刚才一阵困，刚一阵困，你在那困着很。小龟狗。讲课啊？那好，那我的。那怎么讲的？他自己吃啥？就我是游泳怎么办呀？我要去看。
你看，我的裤子跟你一样的。
I'll be right back. Good buddy.
Now that we're back inside a soundstage, I can rejoin you here. So that was some production for Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. I'm just going to go ahead and ignore that. So you saw all the production equipment, the crew. Everybody, we are experiencing an earthquake. Just remain calm, and we will probably, definitely, hopefully get out of here.
Uh-oh, fire!
I know, I saw that.
Where's an earthquake? A humongous earthquake. Oh no. Whoa. That's a subway train. Out of luck. Oh no. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a big round of applause. We just survived an earthquake, the big one. Now when I say big one, I do mean it. That measures an 8.3 on the Richter scale. Now if you're a fan of the show Bones, starring Jacob Boreanaz and Emily Deschanel, you might actually recognize that from an episode that they filmed right there. And not only that, they even used some of those exact effects you and I just saw.
What's going on?
Joy, look, we're on Amity Island.
With all that water, I wish that we would have gotten a little more wet. Tell you what, let's go to the beach. Let's go to Amity Island. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Jaws. Yeah,
now, one problem they had one time was a little shark thing, but not anymore. They caught the guy, as you can see. Plus, my very good friend George, he is in the Amity Police Force. He's been making sure the harbor is safe for us and that we're not going to be in any danger. There he is. Hey, George.
George, look out.
George, buddy. George, you and I are having dinner tonight, right? George?
Oh no. I want to be prepared. I think this is going to get wet.
I leave table for one. I get it. All right. All right, everybody, just stay seated. We're going to move past the dock. Now, they've attached some bait to that yellow barrel over there. Oh, good. He's taking the whole pier. That's probably not a good sign.
Oh no. He's coming. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Feel the heat of all.
Jaws is coming.
Anybody else want some s'mores?
Ooh, that's hot. Sorry, look out. There's Jaws. Whoa. That was Jaws right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've just met Bruce. Now we all know what kind of shark Bruce is, right? Plastic. And it is from Finding Nemo. Well, sort of. They named Bruce from Finding Nemo after this Bruce from Jaws. Now, Bruce is actually Steven Spielberg's attorney. But let me tell you something about that shark. He's a diva. He worked perfectly fine when they tested him in fresh water, but then on the very first day of filming, they put him in the Atlantic Ocean, and then he sank right to the bottom. This kind of stuff kept happening with Bruce so much that the cast and the crew nicknamed the production Flaws.
That's a much of a live shark. The shark is much better on Spielberg. Wherever you were on time.
Okay, I'll get to it. Hold on. We're almost done with the tour.
The shark is not working. Repeat. The shark is not working. Just wait.
I'll get to it later.
The shark is working well enough. For a while there, it needs to hold on. Slightly over the shark a lot.
First a flood, then an earthquake, then a shark attack. Let's just calm it down, take around some neighborhoods where nothing bad could possibly happen. Starting on your left, that street down there is Elm Street. No relation to the Nightmare, thank goodness. That yellow house that you see with the green roof, that's Boo Radley's house from To Kill a Mockingbird. We saw the courthouse that Gregory Peck worked in that film earlier on today, the tour. And on your right-hand side, we've got our chicken ranch. Now this is interesting because this is what we call a practical set. What that means is you can film inside. It's got a full interior and upstairs and a downstairs, unlike a facade that's just the fronts and the sides. Now you might recognize the Chicken Ranch from that Dolly Parton movie, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. And on the other side, you're going to see a facade that was actually used in the TV show About a Boy, starring Minnie Driver. It gives you a very clear idea as to what these two different set pieces look like. Practical sets are great for producers because they can film in there instead of going to a sound stage. You gotta be kidding me. Guys, I'm so sorry. There's a car on your left coming up that's not supposed to be here. I have to call it into security. Hang on.
This is security. What's going on, Studio Tour?
Yeah, we just left the Chicken Ranch. There's a black 1970 Dodge Charger. There's no plates. It's not an authorized spot. I'm in the middle of the tour, kind of, you know.
Tour. I'll send someone down to check it out ASAP.
ASAP. You know, he says that. It's probably going to take him forever to get back to us.
Tour. Looks like we might have an issue.
That was fast.
I'm patching you into Agent Novak from the FBI.
FBI?
I'm sorry to interrupt your fun, but we've got video surveillance on that Charger you all saw. We ran it through the system, and the driver has been positively identified as Dominic Toretto. I've been tracking this guy for a while. He's a hardened criminal. He's likely armed, and he is definitely dangerous. My men and I are on our way to apprehend him right now. If you see him...
Be a hero?
Don't be a hero. Don't engage him. Just keep a safe distance and report any further sightings to studio security immediately. We'll handle it from there.
Novak, whatever you say. Now, what were we talking about? Right, homes and stuff. Now, the Chicken Ranch, more or less, is a pretty normal-looking home, but sometimes a script calls for something that is way more imaginative.
All the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Hey, sweetie!
Welcome to Whoville, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas of the exterior sets of Whoville. This was the largest production to ever film here on the Universal lot. They used 11 of the 28 sound stations we got on the front lot. Huge portions of the back lot, so big in fact, it took about 9 football fields worth of fake snow to cover everything. And about 2,000 candy canes. That's a lot of cavities, you guys. It's so many cavities. Now, as bad as the Grinch was, I gotta say, here on the back lot, those Who's had an even worse neighbor, Norman Bates.
I remember this.
Now what you're looking at here are two of the most famous sets still standing in Hollywood. You got the Bates Motel and you got the Psycho house up there on the top of the hill. Now Psycho is of course famous for that shower scene in... Uh-oh. Who's that? Oh my gosh. You guys, that's Norman Bates. He really gives me the creeps. I can't really put my finger on it, but something about him just really rubs me the wrong way.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's it. That's the thing right there.
Oh,
okay, you guys, he hasn't noticed us yet, so just do not make eye contact. Oh man. Oh no.
Oh no.
Let's check out out of the Bates Motel, shall we?
Let's get out of here.
Norman looks like he's about to go a little mad. But then again, we all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you? So as I was saying, Psycho is famous for that shower scene. The blood in the film was chocolate syrup. The color didn't matter since it was a black and white movie and the syrup had the right consistency to look like blood on camera. And that scene has about 70 different camera cuts, none of which do you ever see the knife touching Janet Leigh's skin. But it's still very terrifying. But is it as terrifying as this?
War of the Worlds.
I present the spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Now looking around here, you might notice that plane and you might ask yourself, is that a real plane? Yes it is. That's an actual 747, purchased for about $60,000 from a junkyard, but it cost over $200,000 to ship it here. That's always how they get you folks. It's always the shipping.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down and talk about the War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep pressing me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Come on, boys. Get in.
Well,
now, some of you might know that this was actually a radio play a long time ago. It was very terrifying to the people who...
This might be more serious than I thought.
Wait, what?
What just happened?
Whoa,
This is a secure line.
What's going on? Hello?
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come, and he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, stink pickle.
I'm so tired of you state guys stepping in just whenever you feel like.
Mute him.
That's a great idea.
Don't you...
Bye.
That's better. We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business. Hobbs out.
All right, well, that Novak guy won't give up. I muted him, but he just sent me something over here, some files from the FBI. I guess we should just take a look.
This is Agent Novak with an FBI alert about individuals who are not authorized to be involved in the witness protection operation I'm heading up with my FBI team. Be on alert for Dominic Toretto, an ex-convict who has broken laws throughout the U.S. and around the world. Despite his checkered past, Toretto and his crew were recruited by Agent Luke Hobbs to assist U.S. diplomatic security missions and was granted a pardon for the crimes he committed. Is a street racer and mechanic on Dom's crew. She's particularly vicious when protecting Dom. Her ordeals have impaired her memory, but she always remembers two things. She's got Dom's back, and he has hers. Dom's crew. He's an ex-con and a street racer who's into fast cars and beautiful women. Not necessarily in that order. Agent Hobbs is a tough and ruthless bounty hunter and special agent with the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. You should ignore him. Hobbs has joined forces with Dom's crew to track down the criminal mastermind, Owen Shaw. The person you should be most on your guard against is Owen Shaw, a vicious and unpredictable criminal mastermind. He was a major in British Special Ops before embarking on a series of ruthless international crime heists.
That looked pretty intense, you guys. I hope everybody was paying attention. So we got a lot of people to look out for. It was Toretto, Hobbs, Letty, Roman Pierce, but most importantly, Owen Shaw. Now, I don't understand why he would have sent that to us, because didn't Novak say earlier that if we see anything, he doesn't want us to be a hero? I'm a little confused, but you know what? He's silly. Forget all that. I want to be a hero. I really do. I want to be like these guys.
I do know that we're brothers. I know that we're free. As long as we live, we must stay true to ourselves. We can never win the bush.
We ain't gonna beat around the bush with you. You going blind. The doctor's saying nothing they can do, so we gotta do it ourselves.
Alright, looks like we're going to Fast and Furious Supercharged, but I can't videotape that. I'll be right back, everybody. Bye. We're going into the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem ride. Yep, it's going to be a good time in there. I'll be right back. To live your best life. Hi everybody, it's Sean Murray, and we just went on the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem ride at Universal Studios Hollywood. It was really cool. I really didn't get a chance to videotape it because they said no videotaping allowed on that ride, so, and it was in 3D anyway. I had to wear some kind of Minion-like goggle 3D glasses, and yeah, I wasn't allowed to videotape it, but it was cool. We got transformed into Minions, but now we're back to human, and it was really cool. Alright, well, I'll be right back for another attraction. Okay, see you later. Bye. We're at Hogwarts Castle in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Hollywood. And we're going to go see the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Alright, I'll be right back. Bye. We're in the Simpsons area at Universal Studios Hollywood. This is what I'm having for an early dinner. A pepperoni pizza, salad with croutons and a special dressing, and water in a souvenir cup. Yep. I'll be right back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this Grandma and Grandpa Aunt Mary. Okay, bye. Hi, everybody. It's Sean Murray. I'm in the Simpsons food eating area and at Universal Studios Hollywood, and yeah, and I just want to let you guys know, I forgot to tell you this before, but before we went to the Simpsons food area, before we did that, we went to the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, which is located inside the Hogwarts Castle area, and it was a really awesome ride. Harry Potter got us through safely, and We went into a lot of caves and I saw some spiders, a dragon, and even horrible devil-like creatures from the Harry Potter movies, whichever one it was. Yeah, but yeah, Harry Potter got us through safely, and it was a really good ride. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, Grandma Beth, I mean not Grandma Beth, Grandma Bernice and Grandpa Doc and Aunt Mary, and aka you, Mr. Disney Fan Man, aka Eric Sams. And I'll see you guys for another video here at Universal Studios. Okay, see you later. Bye. We're at the Simpsons ride at Universal Studios Hollywood. There's Krusty, and if you can look closely, his eyeballs are moving in the ride. And Marge is over there, the character of Marge Simpson is over there near the Quickie Mart store. And yeah, they got a lot of board games here, and looks really good. Alright, I'll be right back, everybody. Bye.
Okay.
You recording, Troy?
Yes, Sean. Go. I got it. Alright, cool. Bye.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, bye.
We're at Jurassic Park the ride, and we're gonna go on the Jurassic Park River Adventure in just a minute. Okay, I'll be right back to show you. Okay, bye.
Easy, Tango, hold. Easy. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Okay, hold Tango. Yes, sir. Her favorite food? Honestly, you want to know? Filet mignon. Yes, it does. Enjoy your day, sir. Awesome. All right.
There's Megatron. I just took a picture with him in front of the Transformers meet and greet area.
Oh, Megatron is savage.
Yeah, he's really cool. Or Decepticon. We're going on Revenge of the Mummy, the rides, in just a minute. It's going to be a good indoor roller coaster with the scare in it. Yep. We're on Jurassic Park the ride, everybody. Yeah, I know. I don't think so. Okay.
The ever-flowing river. Come with us now to a time before man, when the river flowed through an ill-born world, and giants walked the earth. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Woo! Woo-hoo! Jesus Christ!
Wow, look at that dinosaur, Troy.
I need to know when we're going to go down.
The ultrasounds in this room are the largest creatures ever to live on the earth. Despite their awesome size, these gentle giants pose no threat to us.
Prepare to get wet on the end, Troy. I'm just letting you know.
Texas Silver Springs, our journey continues. Heading on our president for Texas from San
Fine, sir. Just hold on tight as you can. Stegosaurus. Whoa, look at that.
Ensuring healthy growth and balance of our ecosystem.
Right, look at that. They're fighting over a Jurassic Park popcorn bucket. That's cool. That was cool.
Unlike the vicious carnivores in the confines of our left, here in Happy Soul
I've got a bad feeling about this. Whoa. I'll let you know. It's when the T-Rex comes. Whoa. Oh, you remember that car that fell off of the movie? Yeah. Well, here it is.
Okay, I know. I know, we're going up.
Oh, wait, it's stopped. Oh, Trey, look over there. Woo! Woo! We're almost there.
We are going to attempt to land with you on the level platform ahead. Please remain seated.
It's going like a raptor. Over there somewhere. Look up there. Here comes the one more. We're almost there, sir. Just hold on tight. Whoa!
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. Have a nice night, okay? No more guys that will okay? Alright, see you later.
Later, man.
Hi everybody, it's Sean Murray, and I'm in the Simpsons area again, and today, before it got to sunset, which is sunset right now at Universal Studios Hollywood, I went on the Transformers The Ride 3D after we rode Jurassic Park The Ride, and we rode on the Revenge of the Mummy twice. It was really cool, and Transformers The Ride 3D was actually a really cool ride. Optimus Prime and Bumblebee won that war against Megatron and the Decepticons. Yeah, it was really cool. Alright, I'll be back tonight, guys. I'll be right back. Bye. Hi everybody, it's Sean Murray. Today is Thursday, July 22nd, 2016, and we just got back from our day at Universal Studios Hollywood, but there are two things that I forgot to mention to you because I was having a lot of fun, and yeah, the first thing I want to let you know is we ate another kind of late dinner at the at Camacho's Cantina restaurant at the Universal CityWalk, and they had really good tacos there for me, and I also had tortilla chips and water, and yeah, it was really delicious. And the cast member at Universal Studios Hollywood at the Transformers meet and greet, she forgot to press the record button, so that's why I didn't get Megatron in my video collection. But I remember he said, after I took a picture with him, I told him, I hope you defeat Optimus Prime, Megatron, and he said, and then he told me, oh, don't hope that, I will win this war for you, boy. Yeah, that was kind of cool. And yeah, alright, well, that's all for Universal Studios Hollywood, day number 2 of our vacation. I'll be back for the last day of our trip, which is tomorrow, Saturday, July 23rd, 2016, and I'll be back to show you guys tomorrow what's happening. Okay, see you guys later. Bye. Today is Saturday, July 23rd, 2016, and it's the final day of our vacation to Universal Studios Hollywood in Manhattan Beach today. This is what I'm having for complimentary breakfast at the Best Western South Bay Hotel. 1 pancake, watermelon and fruit, 2 sausages, scrambled eggs, and I'm going to put ketchup on them later, and a teacup of orange juice. Yep, it's going to be delicious.